You tried to humiliate me!
If you were paying attention to Microsoft's E3 conference this year, you will have caught a fairly brief but very, very talkative look at Middle-earth: Shadow of War. While not quite as explosive as previous clips, the demo nonetheless did give us a pretty good look at how Talion's recruitment works in Shadow of War, and it turns out it's not quite what we were expecting.
I've had enough of your mouth, Bruce!
The demo showed Talion sauntering up to a conflict between a very cocky Uruk named Flog the Hatchet, which, let's face it, sounds like a euphemism for wanking, and an Olog High named Bruce the Chopper. To be honest, the fight is over astonishingly quickly, giving us a good look at what appears to be a more dynamic Nemesis system, which doles out the battle reports in situ rather than pulling us out of the action and into the army hierarchy screen, as is the case in Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Anyway, with the battle over, Talion is free to step in and try to whittle Bruce down into a state in which he can be dominated. Standard fare so far, right? Well, let's skip ahead to the actual moment of domination itself, shall we?
This has never happened to me before! Bright Lord, Dark Lord, same thing really. End result's me ripping spines out, which I like to do anyway, so either way's a win.
Now that is interesting. Talion, or rather Celebrimbor, did the usual face-touching domination thing, and sure enough we saw Bruce the Chopper gain the telltale blue glow in his eyes, indicating his mind had been subordinated by the Bright Lord. Only thing is, after that, the light faded and Bruce regained complete control of himself and his personality, with the exception of his now total and very vocal allegiance to Talion and his army. Not to put too fine a point on it, in fact, he won't shut up.
No one gets to you without my say-so.
Don't worry about my enemies. They will all follow eventually.
You want to plant your flag in Mordor, you'll need to do it deep. There's a fortress nearby. They say it's ruled by a two-headed troll big as a mountain and deadly smart. Which, well, I guess he'd have to be given the two heads. You take him down, you'll send a message to Sauron and get yourself some nice new digs as part of the bargain.
Now that, to me, is a very interesting concept. It explains the lore behind Talion having high-profile, high-value followers like Bruce, but it also allows for Talion's allies to express themselves fully, rather than stomping around like the eerie, blue-eyed zombies they were effectively reduced to in Shadow of Mordor. If I had to put money on it, I'd say this new spin on dominating others is a result of the second ring of power we know Talion and Celebrimbor forge in Shadow of War. Of course, we also know it's possible for Talion to be betrayed by his allies, so it's likely that the catch to this new, less strictly controlling relationship between Talion and those he dominates is that the bond can be broken altogether. It's not an earth-shattering revelation, I'll admit, but it's good to have a clearer idea of precisely how dominating works. And I really do like that contextual nemesis system, by the way. I was also rather fond of the machine tank, who sounds like he's from Cornwall, but that's a video for another day.
You cleaved me in two. Any other orc would have died, but I survived. More than that, I thrived. My brothers put me back together, stronger than ever. But they didn't make me into what I am. You did.
Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this brief look at Shadow of War. If you did, we've got plenty more videos for you to watch. We'll be bringing you all the latest from E3 as we get it, so do subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing. Thanks very much for watching, and have a lovely day.
This machine will grind you to paste! I hate big sticks! Cool, finally!